bunch of people still here. So, since I have a long weekend, I figure I'm gonna stream a bit more. Uh, Not gonna play Dread out since I still haven't fixed that bug from last time, but today we're going to play Penumbra Overture, which is a game from the same creators as Amnesia. What am I doing? I'm doing whatever the hell I want, apparently, since nobody else was scheduled. Thanks for the bit. Hey, DeLuca. This is from the same guys who made Amnesia. Yes, that is the famous Hazel. Whether he likes it or not. My story began in February, year
For
2000.
my part in this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it, so when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland.
Yeah, we are all losers in someone's eyes.
It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever take. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had
There
disappeared 3
should be
decades
sound.
almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
You might have to refresh the stream. Finally, we almost docked. I'd better stow my gear. It may be far from home, but chances are I can still pick things up using left mouse, and I take a closer look at things by using right mouse. No, Cookie, this is not fucking Jason. Jason, not here. It's empty. I think he drunk it all. Uh, Not really. I'm certain this map's a good decade or so out of date, but landmarks don't change much in Greenland. So I've got a pretty decent idea where I'm heading. It was totally empty. my notebook. Torch in the desk, next to in a desk drawer next to the bed. It can be opened with left mouse on it and moving the mouse. It's a rickety wooden desk. I can get the drawer open if I just hold the interact button and drag the mouse. Flashlight switches on and off via the inventory or F. Now, where's that emergency glow stick? Oop. Always travel with a padlock. Can't open it. Stupid whiskey bottles being empty. Dearest Eric, just a quick note before you set sail and leave me alone again. I've left you a little something to remember me by in the chest at the foot of your bed. I really don't know why you still only have one bed on board. Taking shifts because of it is no way to get your rest. But what does a fisherman's wife know of life at sea? I'll be praying every night for you to make the catch you need, so that you can come home to me safely and soon. Please don't be gone for 5 weeks like last time. I know I might nag sometimes, but I do love you. You know. I've watched those overalls of yours. I know you'll get them covered in assorted fish parts in no time. Thanks, Cookie, for donating $3.14. Or tipping $3.14. Let's see what that said. Yeah, why are you so nice, Cookie? Before I forget, the Henriksons in the village have asked me to see if you'll be coming by any trout, but I said they were mostly out of season. If you do happen upon any, don't say anything. Stow them well in ice, and I'll do something special with them to celebrate when you come home to me. The ship's captain deserves a little special treatment once in a while. Take care, my love. You are indeed Cookie. And what did I do with that key? Play-by poster. Nice. It's nice that some things don't change no matter how far from home you are. Those don't look like Playboy to me, but a photo of the fisherman's wife. She's no Playboy bunny, but she looks loving and kind. Oh, right, I got key. Torch in hand. Fully charged batteries. And a glow stick. Should come in handy if the torch runs out of batteries. I should be able to access it through my inventory or shortcut G. That should be everything I need. I want to get going before dark. What are these? Cans of miscellaneous soup. Now, which button? Nope. There's one that will allow me to rotate somewhere. Oh, is this octopus? Hold on. Controls. Mapping. Action. Right mouse is examine. Apparently it's also throw. R is interact mode. Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, to you, Cookie and Cooking Mama. Uh, that's why I try to call you Kookie as opposed to Cookie. You're a loony. As I stepped off the boat, setting into the blizzard that had formed around me, I realized how utterly devoted I had been to the discovery of my father's past. I had no idea what to expect. Soon enough, my concerns were justified. I don't know whether I lost my orientation or my spirit first. But I lost feeling in my extremities soon after, and knew hypothermia was setting in. I started looking for shelter. Ill prepared. So cold. Don't know where I am. Need shelter soon. My entire head went numb long time ago. I could still hear the wind roaring past. That is... What the hell is that? I don't care. I need shelter. Frozen solid must break ice. Where the fuck is that rock? There's supposed to be a rock around here somewhere. Ah, there they are. I click and hold interact. I should be able to manage. Pick up the rock. Cold made me weak, but I can still throw things using the exam right mouse when I'm carrying something. In. He says rock. In. God, I hope it's not frozen inside as well. Shit. Open, damn you. Into the hole. Jesus, my head, I can't believe I fell that far and survived. Although, looking around, maybe I didn't. That is a long way up. I should have known that rusty old ladder wouldn't hold my weight. But I didn't have a choice. I'd rather die down here than suffer that cold any longer. He says that now. May come to regret that decision. Ever-looking wooden barrel. Could be anything inside. Even dirt. Empty boxes of ammunition. What is this place? And yes, I am using my glow stick for a lot of this. 105 ammo. Interesting. Hey Hazel, you want some 105? Wooden barrel. Oop. Shit out of the way. That's a flare. More flares. Big metal rod. Basic wooden door. Big ol' hammer. Let's see. I can swing this hammer if I hold left mouse. I can make a back swing by pulling the mouse right and then follow through by pushing left. The opposite works too. Pulling back and then thrusting forward is a stabbing motion. I reckon I can hold down right mouse after the backs. I reckon if I hold down right mouse after the backswing, I should be able to still look around. Okay. Oop. Drop this on 1. Hotkeys. Everybody hotkeys. Oh, I get it. These shells are as old as everything around here. Could be over 50 years since anybody's been down here. We will gladly launder that. I mean, take that goop back from you. A 105 auto cannon. Well, I got ammo for you. It's a 24-hour ration pack, long past its sell-by date. Now that's kind of impressive. What do we got here? Something with beans and potatoes. Beans and potatoes. Beef with beans and potatoes. What do we got here? Oof. And spam. We got spam. Holy shit, we got spam. Yeah, I'm sure he has. I've heard stories about Steve. Yeah, we'll just get spammed. Well, this one's different. A metal shelf. Just, get this fucker out the way. Stronger than it looks. Hole's been boarded up. Wood looks pretty soft now. Yep, just use a hammer to break it open. It's fine. Oh, the metal box is over here. This is ammo. Old ammo, 105. Well, the hatch is seriously solid. It won't open by hand. Someone obviously wanted to keep people out. Or in. In this case, I want to say in. And that's just because the mechanism to open it is right here. Looks like some sort of industrial mechanism, although there's a hole in the center and no way to operate it. Except I got the way to operate it. Yep. Ammo boxes carrying 105. Doesn't say anything else other than that. And this should jam this pipe into that hole. And, open the hole. I don't know where this leads or what's waiting for me, but unless I want to starve to death, we got spam right there, dude. It's the only option. Besides, maybe this place has something to do with my father. Ah, that's what it says. It just says 105 ammunition. Whatever I was descending into, it was 100 feet below ground, protected by 2 solid metal hatches, located in a remote Arctic wilderness, and buried beneath the snow. I didn't know what to expect, but it made me feel something I hadn't felt since I was a child. I'd never given it much thought before, but I realized that our entire society is a network of safety nets, emergency services at the end of the phone line, health and safety in the workplace, friends, family, lovers, all there. If something goes wrong, part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most mundane of emotions. Once again, I felt like I did when I was in school, surrounded by a closing ring of older kids, knowing anyone that might help me, friends, parents, teachers, were too scared or too far away. And the door's stuck. Damn it. Oop, shit. There could be anything living down here. Heroics are for Hollywood actors and fairy tales. I'm not taking any chances. If I face off against anything down here, I won't last a second. Caution and stealth are my defenses now. And yeah, it is a nice size ammunition for light howitzers. If anyone or anything hears me, I'd be best off staying low and out of sight until I know whether or not it's a threat. Crouching will give me a chance to hide in the shadows. I know I've got it right because a blue tint to my vision. Plus, I'll be quiet enough that I won't be heard unless something is right on top of me. Better remember to shut off my light sources, though. Yeah, so you'll see a blue tint here. There it goes. Not as heavy as it looks. Should serve as some form of weapon if I have to defend myself. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, it says I'll be virtually invisible after some time. Should get my dark vision back, provided I stay perfectly still. Nope, don't pick up stupid shit. Box. Okay, let's see here. I'm right here. Office is that way. I know I can't get through. Well, no, I can't get through back there yet. So I gotta go over here. Yes, this is a very dark game, by the way, and no, you are not supposed to fight. Just like Amnesia, you're not meant to fight it. Office. What do we got here? So much history in this place, tied up in words, left to decompose. What's this? Text on the page is illegible. Years of damp and cold dissolve the meaning forever. A bottle of Baxtrin might come in handy. Say so. Military report, 1945. No, there is no snuggle struggle with those guys. They don't like that. It's a picture of a British platoon. Must date back to World War II. I suppose the mine was converted into some kind of bunker, which would explain the ammo. August 15th, 1945. Command bunker. Emergency airstrip Zulu. Weekly report. Another unremarkable week in Greenland. Regular supplies for shipment received. Standard emergency drills carried out. Routine runway maintenance complete. I have ordered maintenance to be carried out twice weekly from here on in due to the increased snowfall. It's Greenland. What do you expect? One wounded. The one wounded figure is no cause for concern back in London. The Germans haven't extended their front line by 4,000 miles. 2 of my men were caught manufacturing cherry bombs in our workshop armory and succeeded in blowing off a couple of fingers. I take partial responsibility for this in that I allowed them to access to the demolitions manual we keep in the storeroom. I need that. And I'm sure that's where they learnt the ingredients. As a precautionary measure, I have now locked up that manual in a chest in my office and will keep the key on my person at all times. Needless to say, both men have been disciplined. I mean, they lost fingers. And the injured man has been sent home for medical care. I cannot help but think that a more suitable punishment would have been for him to stay out here, but that matter's out of my hands. You know what? I can't say I argue, but this base is so disconnected sometimes I feel as if the war could end and we might not even hear about it out here. Yes, free fingers. Supply requisition order. Dynamite for excavation purposes. Okay. 7 bayonets. Not necessary in my opinion, but procedure states that we should have a full complement. 1 industrial ice pick for removing that damn ice that forms on the external hatch. Yeah, that would have came in handy. 1 pair of reading glasses, category 7C. An order for myself. My glasses are in rather poor state of repair and could do with replacing. Reconditioning the mine continues to progress. The structure is being fortified from potential bomb damage, and excavation of previously caved-in areas is going ahead. 1 point of curiosity is some kind of archaeological find, an artifact buried in the earth, and discovered by one of the work teams. Later this evening, after martial duty, I shall take a closer look at the artifact. It appears to be man-made, and may have working parts inside. I shall remove what looks like the front cover and see if I can't discover the source of the light which constantly emanates from it. Chief NCO M. Major. And that's the object he's talking about there. These are my save points. Sort of. A man, an old man, clutching something unseen. He is strange, and yet he is no stranger. Never seen before. Never seen before. Still I know. This man before me is Howard. I call him Father. What the hell? What just happened? I don't know if that was such a good idea. It kinda is. Fairly basic desk. Converted into a functional office at some stage in history. Nothing. No. Oop. What do we got here? Copenhagen Post. Monday, 17th August, 1930. Psychotropic deposits at the bottom of the death mine. Great, I'm in the death mine. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen have suggested that the mind-altering chemicals naturally sown into the rock may be the cause of high suicide rates at a Greenland mine. Great. The university, which has recently been conducting studies into isolated communities, first became interested in the workers of the northwestern lead mine, not like lead is poisonous on its own, last year. They discovered that even taking into account Greenland's naturally higher suicide rates, local figures in the last 100 years were abnormally high, at 46 deaths per 100,000. That is pretty high. Compared to the national average of 29. Further investigation, experts diagnosed in many of the miners symptoms in common with the earlier stages of paranoid schizophrenia. Man, this place is perfectly friendly. This has prompted researchers to hypothesize that natural deposits of lyceric acid of pH 4 formula, recently discovered to have hallucinogenic properties, may be present in the rock. Oh yeah, perfectly picturesque. Few locals were conducted. Few locals were. Wait a minute. Yeah. Few locals were conductive to interview, but those who agreed to speak had their own explanation. Inuit spirits, known as the Turnegate, live in the mountains. The university is waiting the results of chemical testing. Studies continue. Okay, we got a key. Death Mine is where Metapocalypse mines its death metal. You know, I knew I had to get it from somewhere. Gotta make them death clocks somehow. Typewriter dates back even further than the war. Made in Germany, 1923. This room has 40 odd years of history just in from here to there. Pulls the original run. You know, it's only made a beef jerky, not without aroma. Old beef jerky. More records, more records. What's this? Rotting wooden shelves. Must be added moisture from the grate. The whole room is putrefying. Good to know. Light! I miss being outside already. This place is starting to get to me. But even if I could reach the grate, it looks built into the rock itself. No way it's coming loose. Flares. Locked. Need a key. Might have a key. Chemist tome. Full of explosive recipes. The Big Book of Explosives. 1923 edition. Black match fuse. One of the oldest and simplest, most reliable fuses in modern pyrotechnics. Easy to create, essentially consisting of just string and gunpowder. Exactly, praise Zorg. But be warned, the chemical concerned will stain clothing, and as always, due concern is advised. Materials required: string, preferably cotton, black gunpowder, backstring. I have the backstring. The string should be coated in a thin layer of backstring, which acts as an adhesive. The string is then carefully rolled in gunpowder and left to dry for at least a couple of minutes before use. And then dynamite. Alfred Nobel in 1866, commonly used in construction, mining, demolitions. It has proved far safer to handle than alternatives such as pure nitro, provided that it has been properly stored. Over time, the explosive component of dynamite supposedly made safe by the presence of I have fucking no idea. Diatomaceous earth has a tendency to weep, making an old box of explosive liable to detonate on contact. Splody boys. There's people still finding, like, dynamite from this era in burns and shit that's just not good. So 1 part of the earth, 3 parts nitro, a small amount of sodium carbonate. Cool. Text unreadable. And then simply form into short sticks and wrap in paper. Okay. TNT, first discovered in 1963 by German chemist Joseph Wilbrand, but it took some years before it was yielded its true potential. That was because of the difficulty in making it explode and the lesser detonation in comparison to dynamite. The main advantage was discovered by the German Navy, who employed TNT's relative explosive stability in order to cause massive damage to the British warships. The torpedoes could be detonated inside a ship's armor rather than exploding on contact. Armstrong mixture. Armstrong's mixture is included in the book as more of a point of interest than a viable chemical mix. The formula exists as a somewhat legend in modern pyrotechnics, referenced by those knowledgeable enough to stay away from it as death mix. Death clock is, Metapocalypse is all over this place. Its incredible volatility make it unsuitable for almost all practical applications. Materials required: red phosphorus, barium. This mixture can be carefully and slowly mixed to minimize the risk to the chemist. Sulfur can substitute for some or all of the barium to slightly decrease sensitivity. Now, this mixture here, I know, it's only there for, it seems like it's just there for no particular reason, kind of like the TNT and the dynamite. But I know that we get to use this. Well, I prefer a first aid kit, but at least if I'm injured, I can grin and bear it. Painkillers. Drugs. More jerky. Fuck. Alright. Yeah, I only need that book from in here. Oh shit. There's something down here with me. Need to hide. Must hide, must hide. Doggo! Can't look at Doggo. Doggo bad. Jesus, I've never been scared or this scared in my life. I can feel my heart racing. If anything gets within a few feet of my hiding spot, I'd better not stare at it. Or, I better not stare out. Yeah, because he panics if he stares at it for too long. Carefully. Where's that dog gone? Doggo, doggo, doggo. Doggo bad. Mm. Ham Sudson decided to follow. Why would you do that? Not even remotely tantalizing. Need to go over to storage. Oh. I heard a doggo. There should be a doggo down here. Hmm. Boxes. Oh, that's coming from over there. Lock there loud. Junk. Decent hiding spot. Oh, lovely. The skittering. The skittering. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we got rusty nails, more spam, reams of wire, boots with some shit on the bottom. Fucking boot. Locked. Locked on the other side. Does that mean there's somebody still inside? I can hear chattering. Thank God. I've jotted down a note just in case, which is in the notebook. Locked door. Noises come behind it. Old paint cans dried up. Hmm. The work of either a child or a deranged mind. Crew representation of a scorch writhing spider. So cook spider equals good. Lighter was an empty. It's an empty lighter. Spiders equals bad. Fire equals good. This guy is a praiser of Zorg. What we got here? Trapdoor. Rocks in box. Take rocks out of box. What's this? Oh, steam equals bad. Or gas, I guess. Mm, like, that looks like a cage, but... Drugs, batteries, save point. It was different, but the same that time. Like, I had more control. But over what? And these just look like booze bottles, so... Okay. Trapdoors under here. Storage crate, transporting ore, I suppose. There's a draft coming from the base. How's there a draft coming from the base in a rickety fucking shack? Eh, rock. Hold on. There we go. Trapdoor leads into some kind of basement. Death draft, yeah. Remove the ladder from the hooks with a pretty blunt saw. Fucking voices. It looks as if this basement carved. What? If this. It looks as if this basement caved in some years ago. Something's tunneled through here more recently, though. Christ, what sort of creature makes these markings? That should tell you right there. Spiderweb. Jesus Christ. That was a big fucking spider. Spiders in small places. I don't know if I can go through this. I think I can hear the pitter patter of tiny feet. There's the ladder. I need this. I need that later. Death draft with death spiders. A horrible sight. Luckily it's mummified, or else the smell would be awful. Yeah, that's pretty goddamn awful. Diary entry. Day 1. I begin this record still in the hope that the great work we have undertaken here might one day be of scientific value, despite the chaos which has ensued in the 6 hours previous. My aim is to remain secure until what help there may be arrives. Yes, mummified corpses still smell like shit, except for one thing. It's mummified by spiders. I don't think there's anything to smell like shit anymore. My aim is to remain secure until what help there is arrives. And to that end, I have barricaded myself in a small workshop area in the abandoned part of the mine. I hope that the meager few food rations here will help keep me alive, and that those I hide from will not jeopardize that. Perhaps the mine really is cursed. It's almost precisely 30 years since the incident brought us here, and now, 30 years on, fate has struck again. Day 3. I forecasted that today the rescue crews would arrive, but I can only hypothesize that they would be unaware of my location, and hence busy themselves evacuating the other survivors. If they have not arrived by tomorrow, I will go out and search for them. Day 6. My first mistake was to make assumptions on the matter of rescue. My second mistake was to make assumptions on the safety of the mine. My third mistake was to act on both of these assumptions by going outside my safe haven. My best estimate is that I left the workshop where I was secured about 2 days ago in search of aid, and I have found only danger. I approached the old living quarters. Yeah, but would that still count if a spider has, cocooned it, sucked it dry? Yeah, the spider's got it. That's the thing. You didn't freeze down here. Where the hell was I? Oh, no. I returned in what I thought was the direction for which I had come, but soon found myself in an unfamiliar locale. Confused, but focused, I attempted to make my way home, but found myself threatened by some species of feral creature which seems to have made this old mine its home. Although the specimen bore significant interest to me, I chose to retreat, only to find myself outmaneuvered and outnumbered by the beasts. In turn, I ran, injuring my ankle in the process, which I believe now is most likely a sprain rather than a fracture. For some time, I cowered and fled into the dark, but a few hours ago I discovered a door leading to a smaller, disused part of the mine. The key for which I still have in my pocket. Within that area, I discovered this storeroom, and I think it should keep me safe for some time. This place is a maze. My lesson learned: I will not venture out again until I am certain the area is safe. Oh. Day 19. Rescue seems increasingly unrealistic. Supplies diminishing. Lots of spiders in this place. I don't like spiders. Day 34. Kind of jump days here. I caught one of the accursed eight-legged beasts nesting in my open mouth when I woke up this morning. In my surprise, I swallowed it. Now, it's not much to the act of swallowing which concerned me, but the genus of arachnid. It would be unlikely that a cave-dwelling spider would be venomous to any significant degree, but the possibility troubles me all the same. Haha, key item. Funny guy. Day 35. Ain't no venom would have affected me by now. And so today is my first minor cause for celebration I have had since the incident. By lucky coincidence, this revelation also means that I have discovered a virtually inexhaustible supply of nutrition. I intend to venture into the basement beneath this storeroom in the name of science to discover more about these creatures' natural habitat. Day 50. Jesus. For 4 days now, I have been surviving solely off the quite considerable sustenance provided by these spiders. For some time, I was struggling to gather enough of the crunchy little morsels. However, Lady Luck smiled upon me once more when the batteries in my torch died, and I made a second life-saving finding. The creature's natural habitat is the dark. With my light now diminished, I need only lie still for a few minutes, and I will have attracted enough of the beasts for a rather hearty meal. He started eating these fucking spiders. What's this? Dry, dusty old bags. Okay. Now, sometimes I end up dying in this fucking area. Steam, blistered flesh, instant death. We're pretty close to it. If it weren't for the size of these pieces, I'd say that it looks like eggshells. Mm-hmm. He's not loco yet. Well, sort of. Day 71. My earlier assumptions on the benign nature of my cellmates have been made in error. After a careful autopsy, I am concerned that there may be a small volume of natural chemicals stored in the stomachs which, if ingested regularly over a period of time, may become psychotropic or even lethal. My only real chance is to break out of here and raid any stashes of supplies I can find. However, the evidence against such a move is insurmountable. 1. I have no light source. 2. I swore to myself that I wouldn't leave until I heard human voices. 3. The spiders are so tasty. Starting to lose it. Day 100. For the marks I have been making on the walls and my scribbled diary entries, which, in the dark, may amount to an illegible scrawl, today is the 100th day of my new life. He gave up. Over the past month, my edible friends have become more and more aggressive, and they have swelled in number and size. Whether or not this is a result of my plundering their ecosystem, I am unsure. However, at the rate of growth, they will soon be too large to crawl through the gaps in the walls. For all I know, I could only be seeing the tip of the iceberg. If all fails, I am never recovered, I hope that at least my study of, and indeed involvement with these fascinating creatures, will one day be regarded as an important point of natural history. The greatest names of modern science got there more through fluke than talent, and it appears that this rule has extended itself to my discovery of these delicious new species. Yeah, they're getting bigger, so more meat. I only pray that the second rule deems my breakthrough too insignificant. I only pray that my second world deems my breakthrough too insignificant. For all great discoveries tend to consume their inventor. Yeah, he's starting to lose his shit. Ah, bastard. Finally, this must be all that's left of the basement storage. That lock looks rather worse for wear. Smash, smashy. Turn off this sheet. Good. A lighter canister. Nice. Oh my God. These chests are quite common. Batteries. More spam. Paint. Hospital grade paint. Spider kebab. Widely toxic spider kebabs. No, I could put the gas in the lighter. And put that up there. Extra asbestos. Gotta have that flavor. I don't think our friend is alive anymore. Fucking ladder. Get up there. Nope, stop. I think someone's dragged through here. I've never seen this much blood before. That was my best chance of getting some answers. Who else is still down here? I'll look at that in a sec. I may never get used to that. Yeah, so our friend got dragged out of here and went that way. Into the hole in the wall. This hole isn't large enough for a man. Not that I'd go anywhere near it. Even if it was, what burrowed out this tunnel? And if you look close, you can see that blood is leading into the hole. Beef jerky. And, I am, however, going to take this shoe and hurl it in the hole. This one too. Fuck it. Ooh, shit. Damn. Yeah, he got a half-life wand. Now, with that lighter, I can light these fuckers now. Old key. Last thing written by Madman. Day 200. He's been here a while. Yeah, man needs his boots. It has been some time since I recorded my findings in relation to the spiders with whom I have shared my existence for the past 8 months. Partially due to my enforced retreat from their basement territory. Not too long ago, their behavior became overly aggressive. and so I have attempted to barricade the main entrance to their lair and secured myself within one of the smaller rooms above it, the only one with an operational locked door, or door lock. The other reason is that I have been recovering from a minor operation which I was forced to conduct myself, without the aid of anesthetic. Even if I did have any anesthetic or surgical tools, I couldn't afford to be less than diligent in my work, so anesthetic was out. Surgical tools are all well and good, but although it may be becoming old and rusty, I still trust my penknife to do the job just as well. The procedure itself was elementary enough, a simple amputation of a non-vital organ. I began to notice a thick, glue-like substance forming on my tongue, and was forced to accept that it had become infected through constant toxic ingestion. Farewell, noble tin can. Day 300. Another century of days comes and goes. It seems like so long since I escaped here. At some stage since my last entry, I attempted to return from whence I came. That from which I originally was fleeing seems a fate rather worse than the one I now face. However, in the time since I arrived from the larger mine system, a cave-in has occurred, blocking any further progress. I was forced to return and accept whatever end life has in store for me. I still hear my aggressive little friends scratching on the door to my cell. Yup. Well, at least this was a little more positive, though I question his motivation. What do we got here? He's happy that the spiders were growing bigger. At the time. Years and years of reports, logs, and files left here to gather dust. Probably a century of life and death right here at my feet. Carved into wood with a knife. Spiders. Chair. Yeah, so they grabbed them from the chair and just fucking hauled them off. Tongue cut out of mouth. Spider growth. Okay, first, look at the size of this fucking tongue. Looks like an internal organ, maybe an animal tongue. Well. Hmm. Well, you kind of would have, but I decided I was going to stream for a while. Not scheduled or anything, but, you know. Eh. Alright, so we're going to take this tongue, and we're going to give it back to the guy. Here you go, buddy. Here, get in there. And here we have one of the spiders. The largest spider I've ever seen, with its guts carved open. So this is the one he autopsied. This thing is not small. Oh yeah, cow tongue is apparently delicious if it's cooked well. I'm not about to test that theory because I don't like it. Um, right. Big ass spider. Don't want. Wing off. You'd think that lighting those would help. It doesn't. Do you know this from experience? Because I'm actually curious. Do you actually know this from experience? Oh, alright then. Yeah, shit. I'd be surprised too, having cow balls, you know, well, cow balls in general, I suppose. Just this little over here, like that. And okay, this one. Move it over here. Something like this. Oh fuck. Now the part where I'm okay. Door open, door open. No! Fucking run! Gotta hide, gotta hide, gotta hide. Cement mixer. Well, if I ever have a chance, good to know that they don't always taste like shit. Or weird shit like that doesn't always taste bad, I guess. TNT! No fuse. Now. Dun, 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 dun. Oh fuck. Jeez. Oh shit. It's the doggo. Oh fuck. Too close, too close. Gotta sneak by the big old doggo. Fuck. Big ol' angry doggo. Rusting iron wheels. Back in over here. Nothing's happened. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Go. Only exit and it's carved in. Well, let's just put this fucking TNT in here. I remember my buddy and I were wigged out to try them, but we both ate it, and at the same time we were both like, these are just chicken nuggies. I love my workshop. It is too great a hunting ground to let the others gorge their faces. One cannot help but feel for those without such delicate and mousy morsels on which to munch. For Red ate ravenously of their flesh today, and shall continue to do so. This is possible, thanks solely to the button pad I installed on the door. And yet, Red's mind is working somewhat backwards today. So 8412. And this is the first time we hear a Red. The shaft caved in here. Could have happened years ago. I shouldn't be risking my life like this, but the whole facility could come down around me. Still, if I want to press on, I have to clear this obstruction somehow. There must be something left around here that I can use. Maybe there's still some explosives lying around. Yep. Scrap. Crap. That's back to the office. Eight, 412, yes sir. Workshop. A key panel, oddly placed, and definitely newer than the rest of the mine. Which makes you wonder, when the hell did this get put in here? Right, I'll try to kill me. Hey, maybe I can use some of this string to make a fuse. And I got a string. Seen some use. Can't have been much fun working down here. In fact, it must have been pretty god awful. Worn and torn, yet the edge is sharp to the touch. Flares. Nothing lives under the lighthouse. No, not that I know of anyway. Is it on Steam or? Because I'll look it up, see if it's something I'd stream, but. Looks ancient. It's old. I don't even know what this would be used for. You know. Get the crab gun and use it on the zombie doggo. I am not. No, I am under Ravenholm. Bunch of carpentry shit. Piece of ice reflected, or more likely my imagination. Looks like this hole at least 3 feet below the surface. The light's being reflected through all that ice. No one lives under a lighthouse. Alright, I'll have a look at it. I'll look it up after the stream. See if something might stream. What we got here? Shit out the way. Hey, it's a pickaxe. Hey, yeah, maybe I can manufacture a way out of here. No. Go right here, there. Da-da. God, more spider webs. I hope this hole was here before the spiders and not the other way around. Barrel. Wait, hey, you little bastard. This though. Get over there. Wood planks. Wood planks. You dirt. Get in there. Which light? What are you talking about? An electric fence put up recently. Better find a way to get over. I've heard a little bit about Mandalore gaming. Nothing bad, nothing really good. It's kind of middling, I think. From what I heard, anyway. Light making a pattern on the rocks. Oh, you know what? I never noticed that. Yeah. So, let's see if I can clear out some more of this space here. Okay, that one. Some fucking way. I don't think so. No. Well, nah. Huh. Graphical error. This place is in serious state. Did that really come off through disrepair, or was it ripped off? No, I looked at the, yeah, no, it didn't look like, kind of looked like there was a pattern, but nothing really jumped out. Yeah, little Easter egg or something. Ah. Fuck. God damn it, can't. Nope, there we go. Explosive. Ah, that's more like it. Battery. Battery. Fuck off. Oh no, we're not doing no mining, except on doors, which is what we need this pickaxe for. Gunpowder keg, small hole in the top though, not big enough to reach in. Trusty pickaxe to the rescue. Oh god, it'll let me do it. How dare what, Dig? And a stick of dynamite. Looks like homemade cherry bombs, very small explosive. Probably soaked through by now. Drugs. Gunpowder is not that explosive on its own. It's fine. Uh, this is basically the Penumbra, Black Plague, or Overture, Requiem, and Black Plague came before Amnesia. Same company though. We're gonna put the string in that, and then we're gonna take the string and roll in that. Got a fuse. It's fine. It's fine. Fucking spiders. Well, floor pills is kind of like floor chicken. In that they're both on from the floor. Uh, see, here's the thing. You don't. You don't blow up spiders. You don't really combat in this game. And unfortunately, you don't get to blow up the spiders. At one point, I will be blowing something up. Actually, that's coming up here. Fucking Doge. Now that we got the fuse, a box of dynamite. First fuse he ever made. Fuse sorted. One spark in this thing should go up. Should go up a treat. I just hope it doesn't take me with it. Well, see, I do have dynamite. Dynamite is useful. It is the only kind of combat weapon I have, other than, you know, the pickaxe and the hammer. But you don't get very much of it. Oh, you want to stretch? Fuck. Oh, crap. Stretch, 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 stretch. This. Nope. Yes. I didn't run. Now that alerted the doggo. Now I gotta wait for him to go the fuck away. Because, yeah, if I try to fight that doggo, it is going to kill my ass. Okay. More like Zool. Not much of an opening, but it'll have to do. Get in the hole. When I look back, I can't think what spurred me to go deeper into the mine. Perhaps it was arrogance at still being alive, or something as ridiculous as facing adversity and coming out on top. Now, I know I would have been better off starving or being mauled to death than kick-starting the chain of events which led me to end up here, writing to you. I just hope once you understand my story, you will have what's necessary to put an end to this tale. I certainly didn't. Hold on a second. Tick Tube Alien Zombie Adventure Time. Uh, that's no, not yet. Though this is probably a good time as any for me to stop, as this was pretty much an impromptu stream. Anyway, that was at least the first part of Penumbra. Uh, we'll come back to it again probably on Friday if I can't get Dread out to work, because there's a bug that's preventing me from doing anything. Anyway, decent game. All the Penumbra and Amnesia games are pretty good, except one, and that's Machine for Pigs. But that wasn't even done by Frictional. That was done by Chinese Room. Anyway, see you guys later.